Well, I tried to do this earlier. Just holding this camera is just too shaky. Anyway, I want to help somebody if they've ran into the same problem I have. Um, and I'm just going to be holding my camera in my hand. It's going to shake. I'm not a YouTube video. Don't claim to be. Um, but I wanted to, if I could help somebody, that'd be great because it had me stumped. Anyway, I got the B200 error up here on my display. This, like I said, this is the MX922 multifunction printer, Canon printer. Anyway, had the B200 error up there, critical error, wouldn't do anything. So I got online and looked, and of course got the, to clean your printhead nozzle, which there's a bunch of those out there. But anyway, I did that. Uh, Look that up here. And it brings it over and to your cartridges so that you can get to your cartridges. I'm trying to get you close up here holding this in my hand. And the lighting is terrible. I should have brought a flashlight. But you can see there's a little bar right here. Anyway, in this park position, I unplugged everything. Took my cartridges out. You have to drop this down. It drops down 2 notches. 1, and then you push it down again. It goes down again. Then you pull your cartridges out. And with this head assembly, or I guess it's not really head assembly, it's the head and the cartridge assembly. You line it up with this right here because you've got to pull this that's marked for your cartridge, which cartridge goes into which slot. This will pull out this way, and then you reach back in here, and you can pull out your print head. Okay, I did all that, cleaned the print heads multiple times, and tried, put the ink back in, put it all back together, put the ink back in, no go. It still came up with the B200 error. So I finally wound up ordering the cleaning kit online with a syringe, and the cap that goes over the printhead nozzles, and cleaned it that way. Still got the B200 error. And I'm sitting here going, okay, my printhead's pretty doggone clean. I know it is. There's something else going on. Well, I found this online. It wasn't me. I'm not the one to figure this out. But this is the only guy that I seen it mentioned it. And anyway, after I put it all back together, cleaned the print heads multiple times, and still came up with the B200 error. Okay, here's what I had to do. Give you all that for this. I put it back together, put my printing head back in here, which goes back into here, push this back forward, put my cartridges in, okay, and then I plugged it in and powered it on. In this position, everything's still open. All the other times, I closed all this up, closed the lid and everything, and then powered it on. But anyway, you leave all this open, now plug it in and power it on. It starts to do its cycling stuff, and then real quick, you close everything up while it's still going through the very beginning stages. You just don't want it, you want it to be somewhere other than in the parked position. The heads to be somewhere other than the parked position when you're closing the ink bay doors and stuff. And of course, it's not a fast printer, but here in a minute it'll come up and it'll be fine. So the trick was, and yes, my print heads were clogged to a degree. What caused it to, after cleaning the print head, and everything, put in new tanks and stuff. Yes, I do use the aftermarket, but I just refuse to pay that high dollar for their ink. Comes to, I can't remember, $300,000 or $400,000 a gallon of ink they make off of that. It's ridiculous. There you go. And that's what made it work, was to put it all back together, make sure the print heads was cleaned, put it all back together, powered it on with the ink bay open, and then closed everything up real quick, and it started working. Now, why it does that, I do not know. I wish I did. Can't explain why that makes that work. It makes no sense to me, but it did work. So kudos to that guy that figured that out, because it sure helped me. And if it helps you, I hope it does. If you're still having an issue after you've cleaned your print heads, and you're still getting that stupid B200 error, and because I was to a point where I was like, crud, I'm going to have to buy a new printer, and I didn't want to, because I like this printer. It's a good little printer for my use. But anyway, hope that helps. Sorry about the video quality and the shaking and all that. But as long as it helps you, I don't think you're going to care.